Madam Speaker, I rise in support of the IG Independence and Empowerment Act. This comprehensive legislation will ensure Inspector Generals have the tools needed to conduct thorough investigations without fear of political retaliation. Many of these reforms have had strong bipartisan support for years, and in particular, my bill, the IG Subpoena Authority Act. This provision grants IGs the authority to subpoena testimony from former employees and contractors as a tool to better uncover waste, fraud, and abuse. Currently, the absence of such authority hinders the ability of OIGs to conduct complete oversight in matters of corruption and injustice. And I know my Republican colleagues claim this authority has no protections from abuse, but that simply is not true. This bill includes safeguards to ensure that this authority is not abused by requiring that an IG must have a subpoena approved by a panel of 3 other IGs. Additionally, I understand my Republican colleague may introduce an amendment that would strike the subpoena authority provision from this bill today. But I find this interesting and confusing because the IG Subpoena Authority Act was first introduced in the 115th Congress by Republican Congressman Steve Russell with the support of then Chairman Towns and Ranking Member Issa, and passed the House by unanimous consent. This bill has not changed substantially since the 115th Congress. But what has changed is the political context in which we are trying to pass this reform. If a reform was good government for good government then, it's a reform that's for good government now. Nothing has changed. So with that, we need to make sure that the IG Subpoena Authority Act is included and passed today. And that will help strengthen the integrity and maintain accountability in our federal agencies. I thank Chairwoman Maloney for its inclusion in the IG Independence and Empowerment Act as a step forward for good government. And I strongly encourage an aye vote. And I thank you and I yield back.